You're listening to CRBRadio.com. The words and opinions you are about to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management, sponsors, or affiliates of Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Sunday evening, my friends. It's been a minute, but we are back live from the Cave Radio Penthouse Studios, high above O'Malley's Supper Spirit and Song in lovely Livonia, Michigan. My name is Skip Dietz, and for the next 2 hours, I am acoustically yours. So welcome back. Hopefully everyone had a happy Easter. I chased the Easter Bunny around instead of doing a show last time, so...
Caught it by the ears?
By the tail. They're fast. So, yes, we are live back in the studio. Hope everybody had a great Easter and an Orthodox Easter. I think we're past all of that now. I know one of my dear friends celebrates the Greek Orthodox Easter.
Our bass player, too, yeah.
So we always happy Easter twice.
Yep.
But as always, we have our sound master, Eric Pelto,
yes, he sacrificed
in studio
his
with us.
Though, so it's lots of shouting.
Why did he sacrifice his microphone?
Listen, it was not for us. It was a different thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I hope you had a happy Easter.
It was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Excellent. We have special treats for you folks tonight. We have live in studio Nicole Sutton and Mark McGee of Luvplanet. Yeah. Live in studio with us. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Cave.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Skip.
We're so happy to be here.
We are very happy to have you. So if you have not experienced Luvplanet, I strongly suggest you do. In preparing for them to come on the show, I went through, made a playlist on Spotify going back to 2016.
Okay.
So it's stuff from 2016, 2020, and your album from 2023.
The newer stuff.
Yeah, what I liked about it, it's like you've got something there for everyone. You know, it's not just the same.
Right. I always tell people, if you buy the record, don't listen to the first song and think that you know
Right.
what it's all about.
So there's quite a mix. If you check the Acoustically Yours Facebook page, I did post a Luvplanet playlist. So make sure you check out and listen to that after our show, if you haven't listened to it before. Okay, because I sent it for show prep for you guys to come,
teaser.
For you folks out there to listen in before we actually met them tonight. So they are from California-ish.
There's a tail.
Mark is a native of California. Nicole is actually from here, and then moved to California. We talked on the phone prior.
Yeah.
So you moved to California at a young age with your family.
I was like 11 or 12, and spent about up till high school in Southern California, then went up to Lake Tahoe for 10 years.
Oh my!
Then went down to the Bay Area for the last 25 years, is where Mark and I.
That's where we met.
And Mark, you're from the Bay Area.
I was born in Oakland, grew up in a great little town called Alameda, and there was a time where I was playing with this Southern blues man, and we used to rehearse at the studio in Marin County, and the manager of the studio also had a recording room, and he used to always say, hey, dude, if you need any guitar players for your sessions, give me a ring. And so he contacted me for this recording session for a friend of his, and ended up being Nicole. I showed up for the session, and there was a recording engineer, a mixing board, and about 15 girls in there, and none of them said a word to me, so I didn't know. I figured one of them was Nicole. But I did the job. It was a lot of fun, and I walked away. And then a few weeks later, I was invited back to have a little jam session with Nicole and what would become our original rhythm section, which was Stu Ham and Jeff Campitelli. So that was in '99, and that's how the whole thing started. And for most of '99, we rehearsed weekly with the four of us, and there was another member involved as well. And did a few gigs at the end of the year, and then the manager lost the studio. Stu and Jeff went on the road with Satriani, and we were left kind of holding the bag thinking, well, what are we going to do? So we decided to prepare the tracks that we were working on for the first record, which came out in 2003. And at the same time, we looked for a permanent rhythm section. So that's kind of how it all began. And yeah, so that first record is in 2003. Stu and Jeff are a part of that. And then we move forward from there.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you guys are married.
We are.
Yeah, we got married in 2008.
Yes, you don't really.
I don't keep
Yeah,
track.
2008 it was.
2008.
It was a good year.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
and it was a long time ago, and it's forever, so
Yeah.
why do we need that?
And I really, birthdays and dates like that, I don't even really try to keep track.
That's fair.
I really don't. It. Some people could say that's a bad thing, but,
Okay, so I'm going to ask, which one of you is using the stage name?
So I kept my maiden name.
I know.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, when first let me just say that it's we worked for the first couple of years. I mean, we were just new friends that were doing music. We were thrown together, and it was there was a spark musically. There was a lot in common musically. And for the first couple of years, it was all about the music. There was really no kind of like frisky stuff going on. When that moment, presented itself, I think we both resisted it for several months. We talked about all the pros and cons, and eventually we
working
caved.
together.
You don't want to ruin the
Eventually we
music.
caved. And but yeah, so then it was another 7 or 8 years of just music and you being a couple, but and everything was great. There was no problems with that. But yeah, we did go that extra mile. Yeah. So what was the question?
That was which one of you was using the stage name.
Oh yeah. So before leading up to the wedding day, I think I said to you maybe, I'll leave it up to you. You can do whatever you want. If you want to take my last name, that's fine. I said, but honestly, I don't know anybody named Nicole McGee. I know Nicole Sutton. So, and honestly, I said, I think that's a much cooler stage name than Nicole McGee. So, I'll leave it up to you. And
Yeah.
she kind of just rolled with it, and I'm good with that.
Well, the logic's behind it, though. I mean, that just saves you so much time with the DMV and with the Social Security Administration and all that stuff.
It does until when my dad goes to send me a check for something or puts me in his will and lists me as Nicole McGee. I'm like, who's that?
We gotta let 'em know.
Now, see...
But also it allows the male part of the audience to not be shut down right out of the gate, thinking that she's all wrapped up. I'd rather have them think they have a shot.
But now me as a girl dad,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, buddy, she kept my name.
Yeah, there you go.
Who matters more?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing, but I really did. This music thing kind of rescued me from my life really early on. And so when I was 9 or 10, I was reading interviews with, Paul and Gene and learning how to do interviews and handle reporters. And I had this dream, and I was well aware of what I wanted to do very early on. It was crystal clear to me, And so, growing up knowing about things like stage names or, presentation and the whole showbiz thing, and so it was just part of my thinking, and I was like, Nicole Sutton, that's a great name, why would you change that?
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. So So you married in 2008-ish.
Yeah, 2008. It was 2008. It
We
was.
got engaged on the Tower
was.
Bridge in London, which was
Oh,
pretty wild.
fantastic.
I was on tour with Greg Allman and
Yeah.
tried to surprise her and put her on the Ferris wheel, but we missed the last ride on the Thames River there. So then we caught the Tower Bridge, and that was great.
So now I did see, looking at your website, which, folks, you can go to that. It is www.luvplanet. That's all one word, LUV planet.net. You can see their website for Love Planet. Mark, you also have your music website as well.
I do, markmcgee.com.
At markmcgee.com.
Tongue twister.
You know, you'd think I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do my
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
tongue push-ups before I came in tonight, so you could tell I slacked. But yes, you are listening here on www.crbradio.com. You are also watching on YouTube and Facebook Live. If you are actually watching and can see us, here we are. Hi. We are live in studio with Love Planet, the heart of Love Planet, Nicole Sutton and Mark McGee. There we are.
There you are.
Hey.
Oh, hey, what's happening? That guy looks like me.
Nokel.
I didn't want to distract you with yourselves earlier.
Well, that's
Well, it's
fantastic.
funny because you look at that and you're looking away. So
Yep,
I'm not even going to look.
Yep, we
I'm
got
not
you.
gonna
We
look.
got you up on the screen now. We'll glance up there periodically for the comments on the show.
There we go.
Chris Hafner says hello.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
Chris.
what's up, Chris?
I have at
Say
least
hi to
Hi,
Mary and
Knuckle.
Xander.
I have at least 2 or 3 loyal live listeners.
Nice.
Yay.
We got to give a shout out to Motown Vinny, I guess, too.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Our last guest, Vince, awesome dude.
Yeah, he's great. He was one of the first people we met when we moved back here.
Awesome.
Yep, and we just kept seeing him everywhere we went.
Yep, that was our pre-Easter guest, Vince Smith, who actually I met doing an open mic contest in New Hudson. So.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Speaking of which, I really for my first, because I put down my guitar for like 20 years. Started a family, raised a family,
Yep,
got
it
busy
happens.
through work. But I was doing a night karaoke gig.
Oh, wow.
In ways, best and worst thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
Because I didn't play anymore. I got dumb
yeah.
because I couldn't memorize
Right.
anything. I couldn't remember anything anymore because I was staring at the screen for all those years.
Right, right.
And as soon as I stopped doing the gig, my filter went away.
Mm.
So now it's like somebody says karaoke, I'm like, don't even want to go. But
Karaoke terrifies me.
it does.
I did it one time.
It terrifies me.
It was very late in a place that remains disclosed, and I think I had too much wine. I would normally never do something like that, but I
can't
did
imagine.
Dreamweaver,
Oh,
and it was definitely one of the most frightening things I've ever done.
yeah. Yeah.
now I actually enjoyed it until I started working it,
Mm.
because that's kind of how you get found. You know, the bar hears you sing. And I got my start in a bar. I was 19. So I got my start at a bar in Windsor. We were actually over there, I think, for my 19th birthday. We're doing karaoke. I can't remember the name of the bar, but it was on the bridge side. And we did a song. And this guy, Muff Martin, was his name.
Nice.
And I sang a song. He pulls me aside and he says, "Hey, here's the deal. I want to do a song for my wife, but I can't sing. So I want you to sit over here in this corner. There's the screen. You're going to sing. I'm going to lip sync."
Oh, my gosh.
So I did it.
It's like the Brady Bunch.
It was Sunny by Bobby Hebb. Sunny.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sonny.
You know, and I put the whole lounge singer thing in it too. And end of the night, he offered me a job.
Wow.
Paid $70 a night Canadian,
Wow.
which was about, it came out $50-something with the exchange rate. But he had me working over there 6 nights a week. So,
Yeah.
you know, back then,
Yeah, cool.
in wagons and horse and carriage days,
Yeah.
that was some money.
Yep.
Of course, blew every penny. So then I came stateside and started doing a show, same type of thing. I was in Novi at the old Novi Bowl before they closed it and turned it into self-storage. And same thing. I'm there. I'm singing. Lady offers me a job.
Nice.
Like, okay. So I go get trained at one of their other bowling alleys, Pins in South Lyon, which used to be the 700 Bowl. So I go through and I train there, and the big owner walks in. Who are you? I'm filling in. Who hired you? The lady at the. So funny story. So I did that for. I was doing like every fourth week. It was weird because they had somebody for the other three.
Some kind of a residency, yeah.
So it was like, it was like a residency, a karaoke residency.
You were the week off for the.
Yeah, exactly. I was the week off for the other guy. So what had happened was there was a little crazy love triangle thing between the previous host and the bartender and the lady who managed the one bowling center. So she got fired. She brought in this one boy toy, and he did the other 3 weeks. And then they bring me in for this 1 week. Well, eventually they brought the original lady back. The main owner that grunted at me, he took more of a control over the situation, and he brought the original lady back. So for years, I would cover for her. Hey, I'm going, well, she would always say she was doing labs at college, which was code for, I'm going to play with a band. Because she didn't want to lose the gig.
Oh, interesting.
But she wanted to play with the band.
Yeah.
So she'd bring me, I'd cover 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And this one time says, hey, I'm going to need you for like 6 weeks. Okay. So I get through there, and I get in there, and I get to this, I get to about 5 weeks out. And I talk to her, I'm like, you ready to come back? And she's like, no, I'm still playing with the band, but don't tell Jerry. I'm still doing labs. Okay. So another month goes by, 2 months go by. Hey, when are you coming back? I got a life, 3 months goes by, 4 months goes by. We're at a year now. And I'm sitting, this man who grunted at me, I'm like, Jerry, I don't think she's coming back. Jerry looks at me and he says, who said I want her back? And the reason I tell this story, because this was, this is probably close to 30 years ago. And that man became a mentor, an example, a father figure. And although he would always say big brother, maybe. But he really became a father figure to me after my dad died. He became one of the best friends I've
that's awesome.
ever had.
Isn't that
And
something?
totally off tangent, but I love to talk about my friend Jerry whenever I can because
No wrong turns.
No.
friend isn't even,
That's awesome.
doesn't even come close to describing
Nice.
him. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2021, but and hence that's why Novi Bowl is now a self-storage facility.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was my foray into karaoke.
So yeah, just become a decoy for the karaoke place, and
But
it's going to bring a bounty your way.
but it totally stifled my creativity.
Yeah. Wow. Karaoke, dude.
Yep. So I had to channel it in other ways because I had to do different things.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my niche to bring people in? Because,
Yeah.
back in those days, karaoke was everywhere.
It's still everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
It's like the,
it is.
Because I always thought, this is a fad. It's going to die.
No.
It's going to die. And it's going to die. And we had a couple of lean years, but then it picked up again.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever going to die.
Yeah.
no,
But I had...
keep hoping that this wave comes across the world where people are so ready and open for new art and hungry for it. You know, they just can't wait. And I know some people are. I know that there's some people out there, but I just hope it like takes over. I feel like everybody kind of feels, not everybody, but I feel like some people feel like the best has already happened and why even look or try. And I really feel like the best is still yet to come, you know.
I mean, the word experience, you know, to experience something, you know. I mean, there was a time where, you know, the thing to do would be to go out and hear unknown bands playing their own songs, and that was the thrill, you know.
Digging and finding,
And, you know, look,
yeah.
there's still enough people doing it, but, you know, the focus is just shifted a little. But, you know, everybody's going to do, I always say it, people get to do what they want with music. Everybody gets to choose how they interact, what it means to them. But, you know, if doing karaoke or, you know, being a cover group was what the Beatles wanted to do or what Kiss wanted to do or what Aerosmith or Queen wanted to do, like, we wouldn't have those bands.
Right.
You know? So it's got to start somewhere. So, you know, that's where we come in. You know,
Well,
we're happy to be that band.
That's awesome.
In this crazy era.
Now, but this is one of the coolest things that I found is coming out of COVID. Okay, that's when I was introduced to the open mic scene in the area, and it's it's tight knit. It's close. It seems like everybody knows everybody.
Well, the crazy thing
Or
is, too, it's literally all over the world, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Norway, in here, and when we first moved here, we were like, it was kind of like starting all over again, especially because we waited like 6 months for our drummer to get here.
Right.
So it was just Mark and I, and what do you do when nobody knows who you are? So we were looking for open mics where we could go meet other musicians, and you're absolutely right. It was like all of a sudden we started seeing the same people everywhere, and it is this really cool, tight-knit community. And then we were like, let's get in the car and drive down to Tennessee.
Yeah.
And all along the way, you can find places to play, and all the way back. It's amazing.
So we had a guest on the show, Steve Goulian.
Okay.
And Steve and I had talked before the show, and what he had actually wanted to do is he wanted to do a podcast. But what he wanted to do was he wanted to get in his van and drive to different towns, find, you know, who the people are in that particular town that are kind of, you know, out there and making noise, and bring them onto his little podcast in his van.
Yeah, love it.
So, so I tried to put him in touch with that. I said, we can do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, we're totally equipped to go remote. So,
I mean,
yeah, that's really cool.
There's millions of people that have a guitar in their house that learn how to play a little bit.
Yep.
And really, they're just in it to play some of their favorite songs. And that's really the end of their goal with it. And that's fine. That's beautiful. To have it in your life is a blessing, no matter what you do with it, you know, music, it's just a blessing. But there's lots of people that's really all they're in it for. They just want to go down to the local pub, play to 50 people, do a little small set, and they live for that.
Yeah,
and that's great.
Yeah.
You know?
well, that, you know, that's kind of like, how I started playing again was I just started, you know, I played in my bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, and it was during COVID, and I got a, you know, I was sharing friends of mine who were playing on social media because they couldn't play out. So they would play, I'd share them. And then the owner of the station, Dan Mayer's wife at the time, Angie Mayer, I'd known them since high school. And we kind of grew up together. And she says, you should do this. I don't even know if I still have a guitar that works.
Yeah.
So just before everything shut down, I bought this little 3/4 Washburn for like $200 at the Guitar Center, like literally the day before they closed the doors.
Wow, yep.
Went out there, did one song. It was Cat Stevens, Father and Son. And I I did not go live. Live scared the hell out of me because doing this, I did like 20 takes
Oh, I
to
love it.
do this one song, but it got a really great response, and I actually kept doing it all through COVID, and so that kind of started me playing. Then I started writing again, and
Awesome.
so COVID did that for me. But talking about the open mic scene,
Yeah.
we do have a segment that we just started here on Acoustically Yours called Open Mic Backstage. I kind of do a little review of an open mic venue. I had already chosen for this show to do 20 Front Street, which I thought was really cool because you guys just recently played there.
Yeah, that's great.
So I went out to 20 Front Street beginning of March. They do their open mic now. 20 Front Street is located in downtown Lake Orion. So it's a hike.
It is
You know,
high.
it's a hike from here.
Orion.
Orion, yes.
Mark will say.
Everybody in Michigan
also
pronounces
says-
words with their own
Mark
way.
also says Grand Blanc.
Grand Blanc, yeah.
Grand Blanc. So I'm guessing, did he get hung up on Shaner and Grashit?
Oh, he hasn't even gotten to those ones yet, but trust me.
I'm like, yeah, we're going out to Grand Blanc. She's like, honey, it's Grand Blanc.
And is
I'm
it Lazar or Lasher?
no
He doesn't know that one yet either. But then my drummer comes out, who's also from California, and he keeps saying, "Oh, I really like that store, Menards."
We know nothing.
I mean, they call it Menards, which really isn't any help.
Menards.
Yep. Meet you at the Menards. And
Hey, big money at Menards.
the Menards.
Menards.
So Michigan. Well, they show the clip all the time with Keena Michael Key. When the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon was doing their show live from the Fox
Oh, cool.
downtown, and Keena Michael Key did that gave him street names
Oh, had him try to pronounce them.
and have him try to pronounce them.
Yeah.
And he did like 4, and he got them all wrong.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we
And-
have our own thing going here for sure.
Yeah, between Grashit, Livernois, which looks like Liver Noir,
Liver noir. That's
Liver
what Mark
noir.
would say for sure.
Gradiot,
I'm learning all the time.
Sean Hare.
Yeah.
Have you been to Hamtramck yet?
No.
I mean,
Hamtramck?
every street
Yeah,
every street
every
sign's an
street.
adventure.
Yeah.
Hamtramck.
Tramp,
Not
tramp.
yet.
Joe's. I mean, I was Joe's Compo on Jimmy Fallon's list. Should have been. That's a good one.
No, well, that's kind of
Kind of, you'd think, but
because it's the guy's name.
Campoo.
But yeah, I think the ones they got him with were Livernois. Actually, I don't even think they did Shaner, which surprised me. We could give Mark that test. Spell Shaner.
I couldn't.
Sheiner.
Close.
I'm guessing.
He's pretty
There's a
good.
shoe in there somewhere.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh, Schoener.
There's a W too. We don't know why.
It's weird. You got to Google it
Okay. Yeah.
because it's actually an HERR at the end,
Oh my goodness.
but it kind of looks like Sean Hare.
Yeah.
Schoen Hare, I think is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
SCHOENHERR,
So
I think. But so yeah, I played at 20 Front Street. It was tough to get to, so I was pretty far down the list because it was a 5:30 start, and with rush hour traffic,
Yeah.
or 5:30 get on the list, 6 o'clock start, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it was like it took me an hour to get there.
Yeah. Takes a while.
So, especially with 696 closed, and there's just a good way to that part of the world.
What a cool
was a pretty slushy
space,
month,
though.
too.
Well,
What
it is.
a cool, and I
Yeah.
mean, if you miss that turn, you drive right by that town, but it is the coolest little village or whatever you want to
Yep, yep.
call it. Great
it's-
restaurants.
I mean, the
great
room
shop.
is just
Yeah,
And that
which
room.
you want to hit before.
Yeah.
Because 20 Front Street is a listening room.
yes.
It
not,
is,
not
So
about food.
there's no food,
There's a
there's no
little
beverage.
cafe attached to it. You can get a cup
That's
of coffee or something.
Not always, usually open.
Wasn't open on a Monday.
Wasn't open on
Yeah,
open mic Monday.
What night was our gig? A Saturday? Because it was open.
It was a Friday.
Friday, yeah.
But yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't ask for a more,
Oh,
dynamic and beautiful space with the wood. I mean, you could do a memorial service in there. Like it's got a very kind of sacred, spiritual vibe in
It
there.
does.
You don't really need any microphones or anything.
No.
You could do a play in there.
it's
Or,
really cool.
but yeah, beautiful space, and to have your music presented in that space is everything.
Right.
Sonically, to just have it, people hear it, knowing the acoustics are presenting it in like
Yep.
the finest way. I mean,
Plus,
it's
it just
really
looks
special.
so cool.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
That
it does.
stage is
I mean,
just so cool.
Well,
Looking.
even looking out, and this is what grabbed me, because I remember watching the television series Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And when Deacon went into a partnership with his sponsor, with his AA sponsor, to co-own the bar, he had pews installed when they
Yeah.
remodeled, and to me that was the thing that hit me when I
Yep.
look up. I'm out there, and the seating is all pews.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's so intimate, but the way that it's set up when you're on the stage and the lights are down, it could be like a grand hall.
Right.
It feels that way because you can't really see anything in the way it's
Mhm.
tiered. It's just a cool space. And it's a nonprofit too, right?
Yes.
Just like the Ark,
Yep.
which we love to play as well.
Yep.
And-
The Ark,
and
Trinity House.
we have not done Trinity yet. We would love to play there.
That is a cool place to play too.
I
That is actually
know.
the first. They do a couple things. They do open mic on the first and third Tuesdays,
Okay.
and the fifth if there's a month with a fifth
Mhm.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep, they do the open mic there at 7. Does that start at? Yeah, I think that's no, I think that's a 6 o'clock start too. But yeah, that is a cool place to play too. It doesn't have pews, but it's a cool place
Yeah.
to play. And actually, when I did that review on that on the Trinity House, I went kind of back and looked into the history of the building, because the building is so unique because you got this metropolis all around it. It's on 6 Mile between
Oh, wow.
275 and Haggerty.
Interesting.
I would have never guessed it. That's where
Yeah,
it was.
so you have all this modern front of it, but then you've got this little chapel-looking building with this little itty-bitty cemetery around it.
Wow.
So I did some history. I tried really hard when I did my review to take a look back at the history. And as it turned out, in the 1860s, Sojourner Truth from the Underground Railroad and all that, it was reported in one of the publications from the 1850s, 1860s during the Underground Railroad and all that stuff, that Sojourner Truth appeared, spoke, and sang in that building,
room?
in that room.
Wow.
Amazing.
So just kind of an after the fact thing made that so cool that,
That's awesome. No wonder it's
that
still there.
I sang where Sojourner
Yeah,
Truth did.
that is so cool.
But yeah, back to 20 Front Street. The host for the open mics is L.J. Smalls.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Great guy, talented artist himself.
Mm-hmm.
He also did the open mics at in season. He does the open mics at Pine Knob as well.
Oh, cool.
Great people.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin does a fine job there.
Oh yeah, they do a great job
Jerry.
there.
Kevin and Jerry.
Yep,
Shout
Kevin
out.
and Jerry. Give them a big shout out.
I have to say hi, Lisa, if you're still there.
What's up, Lisa?
Yeah, Chris, Lisa, how you guys doing?
Cool. Ziggy. Who's Ziggy?
Where do you see Ziggy?
Oh, I'm just imagining someone named Ziggy.
Oh, Mackinac. Yep, that Mackinac. That's another one. That's how
Yes,
you.
you're right,
That's how you
Chris.
spell Mackinac.
All right.
Unless you're going to Mackinac City.
I was going to say, they give you the one with the W to throw you off.
Right.
Yes.
Be like, clearly this is a different word, pronounced in a completely different Oh, no. Okay. Right.
But the island, the bridge, and the island, the bridge, the straits, all has that spelling as Mackinac.
The question is, if somebody from Michigan went to France and it was a town called Grand Blanc, would they say Grand Blanc, or would
They
they
would probably say Grand Blanc.
would they change it and say Grand Blanc?
They would change it because it's France.
Okay.
But something that Michigan people do is they take all the store names and they put an S on the end of it. So instead of going to Meyer, they go to Myers. Instead of going to Kroger, they go to Kroger's.
Interesting.
Instead of going to Target, they go to Targets.
Oh, no way.
So you'll catch that with
that's
Michiganders.
funny.
They will put an S in front or at the end of the store names.
That's funny. I never realized.
Nothing
that
else,
before.
just the store names.
Yeah.
Do you need anything at Kroger's? Do you need anything at Myers? Or in the old days, do you need anything at Kmart's? So, yeah, definitely do that.
Keep up with, man. I'll
But,
tell you.
yeah, just to finish up with 20 Front Street, it's a fantastic venue. Bring water. Eat and drink before
Or
Yeah.
after.
and or after.
Yep.
Yep.
Or when you're like me, both.
Yeah,
Fabulous place to play. I believe they're the first and third Mondays. And I think fifth if there's a fifth Monday in the month.
Can't wait to come back to that spot and
Yeah.
do more music again.
But yeah, when I saw you guys play there, I said, "Oh my, this was meant to be."
Yeah.
That
It
you guys
was-
didn't come in here, you just played
Well,
there.
you know, it's the funny because in the first few times we went out to different cities and just played little mini sets, and Jerry was one of the first people that came up to us and introduced
When
himself.
we first got here. Yep.
He said, "You guys have got to play 20 Front Street because your music needs to be played
Absolutely.
there." You know,
excellent establishment.
so he made us aware of it early on, and really happy that got to happen.
Great venue to play.
Yeah.
So big old thumbs up to 20 Front Street.
Yes, sir.
As far as listening rooms go, that may be the best I've been to.
Yeah.
So, and with Trinity House gone close behind, and because Andrew Rice does such a great job with sound at New Hudson Inn,
Yes, he does.
they're in there too.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely a fantastic video. I would recommend if you got the time to make the trip.
Five Becomes West, right?
Yes, Five Becomes West and Acoustic Chrome. Actually, he and Andrew and Danny came in. They were one of our early guests as Acoustic Chrome.
Oh, cool.
So they do duo, they do trio, they do full band
Yep.
with Five Becomes West, and they're playing at the Lake Lucy Barge Fest again. So
Excellent.
that's pretty cool. That is coming up soon, and I am finally off on that weekend.
Oh, nice.
I always have to work the weekend of the Barge Fest because with my day job, I work every other weekend. And this time it finally falls on a weekend.
Now, where's the Barge Fest?
Lake Lucy.
And that's where? Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So
Lisa says hello.
I'm going to find out when I go for the first time. Oh, good. They're enjoying the interview. Well, thank
Yes.
you. We hope you continue to listen in the upcoming episodes as well, because we'll get you all kinds of cool stuff. So, yeah, 20 Front Street, awesome place to play. So that's going to bring me a question to you guys. I'm going to ask you each, okay?
Okay.
Where is the best place you have ever played? Best venue?
So
Anywhere on the planet?
I mean, the best place that I've played so far, he's played all over the world, but the best place that I've played so far is the Uptown Theater in Napa, California,
Okay. So,
which was just a beautiful, gorgeous theater. And we opened up for Greg Allman, and it was just it was a fantastic
Yeah,
experience.
it was a family gathering.
It was great.
Beautiful
And
space.
how about you, Mark?
I mean, that for Mark's played everywhere.
I mean, it's a really tricky thing. It's a big best as a you could compartmentalize that into clubs,
Favorite.
festivals. Favorite. Oh boy.
What comes to your mind first?
River's Edge Brew in Milford.
Yes, that is a fantastic place too.
We love them. They're just.
Oh, he's so.
Thank you,
They
River's
are
Edge.
so
Thank you,
wonderful.
River's
The
Edge.
ribeye sandwich is delicious.
We love
They
River's
are
Edge.
so
River's
wonderful.
Edge. Boy, you know, that's a really tough one. Like Uptown Theater is an example of, you know, when you go to a theater show like the Fox, you know, played many theaters around the world like that. And that type of room is just very special. It's like it's big, but it's not so big that you feel a disconnect from some of the audience. But I'll tell you, the room that made me feel the smallest being on the stage was Hammersmith Odeon in London.
Oh, wow.
Something about that stage and the way the angle is of the seats and the balcony, it really feels like you get vertigo. It almost feels like everything's coming down.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't. And that's back when I was playing metal, and you know we were running around like, you know, squirrels, and it still seemed like the stage was too big to fill every spot. So that always stood out to me as far as just a very intimidating room.
And if you could play anywhere you haven't played on the planet,
I know exactly where I would be.
or anywhere else, you know, we just went around the moon.
For me, it goes back to my roots. It'd be Oakland Arena in Oakland, California.
Nice.
Vienna.
Vienna, a city, not a venue.
I mean, I don't know the venues in
Yeah.
Vienna.
There's one there.
I'm sure there is. Oh.
I
Yeah.
did go to Carnegie Hall once. Stumbled in there. The usher let me and some leather-clad, long-haired dudes walk in late in the evening because it was almost the end of the night, and he let us walk in, and it was like we were like Carnegie Hall, holy moly! So we walk in, and the only place to sit was at the very top of the balcony. So here we are. It was Stefan Grappelli, this world-famous violinist, playing, and I actually had some of his records, so I knew who he was. But we walked through the crowd up into the balcony, and I've never gotten more looks ever. Everybody was wearing a tux except us, denim-clad, boot-wearing leather people with lots of hair. Yeah, Carnegie Hall. That'd be cool to play.
How about we go play the Grand Ole Opry?
That would be nice. Ryman
would be
Auditorium. That'd be
Ryman
that'd
Auditorium.
Be awesome. Yeah. You know, our music is, as you mentioned earlier, it's just such a mix. You know, we just love so much music. We love classic rock. We love country. We love some metal. I love jazz and classical. You know, I used to play some blues. And
I love yacht rock.
Nicole loves yacht rock, and you know, she went to a lot of Dead shows in her life. So the whole jam band thing. So stylistically, when we first started working on music, the one thing that one of us said, we don't remember who said it, but one of us said, let's make the only rule that any type of song is welcome.
There's no rules. Yeah.
You know, we're not going to decide on what we are, you know. And so
Or it's not going to be so contrived, you know. If a song
Yeah.
comes, and I think the common thread through all of our music is the vocal harmonies
Yep.
and the guitar playing,
Yeah.
of course. And you know, we write very much in the, you know, verse, chorus, bridge.
we love a good song. We're all about the song.
Yeah. So
you know.
when people ask, it's really hard to tell them. They want to know, well, who are you like? What do you like?
Even
Music.
people close to us that seen us a lot would say, so I was telling my friend about you, and I really wasn't sure what to tell them. What should I say? And we're like, just
I
tell them
us-
we're rock and roll.
Well,
you
I
know?
usually say now, you know, and I mean, it's probably dating myself now, but we write in the vein of like a Tom Petty or a Sheryl Crow, whereas Petty would write songs, but live they would burn. They would open it up, and you know,
And then, like,
Mike would do
once we
some
have the
amazing
part,
solos.
like, once we have something like this, then we get the song going, and then I add in, like, the, you know, add in some big riffs over it,
Right.
you know. So, yeah, you get the, like, you know, the hard 70s rock thing creeps in, because that's what I grew up on, you know, the Zeppelin and the Kiss and the Rush and, you know, Queen and all those big bands. And we love all of it equally. Like, we don't lean in one direction. But I think because Nicole sings, you know, the majority of the lead vocals, and her voice has got a little cleaner sweetness to it. A lot of times it has a kind of a country flavor, or, you know, more poppy flavor, which is great with me because I'm all about the singer. You know, I think that I'm probably known as a guitarist who sings rather than the other way around. But as a music fan, I won't even buy a record if I don't love the singer.
Right.
You know, it's all about the singer for me. So vocally, that's kind of where everything has to support the vocal in the end.
See, to me, the answer is music.
Yeah,
Period.
I agree.
It's a perfect answer.
Well, it was funny. We were working. We got the opportunity to work on one song with Jack Douglas, who produced
John Lennon. and
John
Aerosmith.
Lennon and Aerosmith, and as we got everything all hooked up in the studio and started to play, he stopped us right away and he just said, "You guys should go country." And I was like, "Well, how do you just go country? What do you want us just to put a cowboy hat on and get a pedal steel?" And he was like, "Basically." But he was like, you would have a lot of success if you just kind of followed that.
And Chris just said our quote that we have on our
Rock and roll for the
Rock and
soul.
roll for the
Absolutely.
soul.
So, you know, in the
We
old,
love you, Chris.
if you think about all the live records from the 70s, you know, whether it was Frampton or Kiss or, you know, Jay Giles Band or, you know, the one thing the singers would always say to the crowd, "You feel good? Are you feeling good tonight?"
Yep.
Like, and that's really what it's about,
It
right?
is.
This music should make you feel
Yep.
good.
Jay Giles Band Freeze Frame was the first album I ever bought.
I love them.
I saw them live in '79. You know, growing up in Oakland was great because Bill Graham used to do the big stadium Day on the Green concerts, and one of them that I saw when in 1979 was the Rockets opening. Nazareth, Jay Giles,
Oof.
Thin Lizzy with Gary Moore on guitar,
Ugh.
UFO, and Journey, and tickets were $11. You know, and
Yeah.
the show, everybody did a full set. Like it was like a whole from 1 p.m. to like 9.
You
PM.
can't see a local artist for $11 anymore.
No, you can't see anything. Yeah.
Great days for shows back then.
You're going to open mic.
Yeah, but you know what happened to that? Why do you need more than just feeling good? Why
Right.
do you need 20 dancers behind you, or auto tuning, or lip syncing, or you know? I'm all good with pyros. I love fire and explosions.
Yeah,
I'm,
I mean,
I'm
the
cool with that. If we
pyrotechnics
could get
and-
that going, I'd be thrilled with that. But you know, ultimately, you want to feel good, right? You want to have a good time. You know, what's more important than that?
And you know, you want to feel
Something.
the music, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you got to feel something.
You know, that's kind of what I always said when I started playing again. I was like, you know, this is what I missed. And that was, you know, if I could, you know, I did a lot of high school, college, community theater as well. And it was the same feeling. If I can make somebody out there feel something.
I'll tell you, right before we left California, I had been hosting an open mic in Petaluma, and I didn't it was just something I said, I want to do a songwriters open mic night. The only rule is that you get
It's original.
a couple songs, but you got to write your songs. I could not believe, especially how many men that had, like you said, their kids were grown, whatever. There are so many people sitting at home writing songs.
Yeah.
It was so amazing to see it grow and to see all these people come out that were at home working
were
on these
thrilled to have
songs
to be able to play their
that had
songs in front of people.
it was
It's pretty cool.
it was so gratifying. I did it for nothing, you know. I
Yeah.
just
We even got to tell a few people that wanted to do Skinner, I'm sorry, you can't get
Yeah.
up there. You know?
But then towards the the later time, right before we moved, I started to notice what we talked about. Whereas people were wandering in that were traveling, that were visiting from Europe, and I was like, oh, what is happening here? Like there's that outlet is definitely needed. You know, I think for people. People need a place to go and share whatever is coming to them. You know?
That's it. You know, my thought is when it was first brought to me, I like, where is this band?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was always there.
This would have been so much better life than karaoke.
Yeah.
Everybody needs
I don't know the
a way
karaoke
to
thing,
engage
yeah.
with music. Everybody needs, based on whatever works for their life or whatever level they're at or whatever their comfort zone is. Everybody should, you know. And there is that, you know. You've got those things, and that's cool, you know.
Yeah. Well, karaoke didn't kill my creativity entirely
No, obviously not.
because what I did as my draw was I got into the parody game. So I was writing parodies to the songs to keep my people coming in. And what's he going to do next? So, but yeah, just with music and everything in the local scene here is what brought this show on. Just to try and get those folks out there.
Yeah.
And
sure.
to give them another outlet.
Cool.
So that's why we do what we do. We are going to take a quick break and take care of some business here. Not a break, Eric. We're just going to switch up the subject a little bit. We've got the Cave Radio Golf Outing coming up. It is for everybody who's asking, it is the 10th annual, but the 9th year. Thank you, COVID. They're the 9th outing. It's the 10th year, 9th outing. There is still room for another team or two. Reach out to Dan Mayer. You can get all the information off the Cave Radio Facebook page. If you got a foursome, if you're a couple looking for a foursome, the event does fill up every year. It is May 9th, so it is right around the corner. We are 3 weeks out, boys and girls. Fills up every year. 54 teams, 216 golfers, $115 per golfer. There are Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, and Facebook Messenger methods to pay. It's a 130 shotgun start. Scramble format includes 18 holes, skins closest to the pin, balls at the range, hot dog at the turn, steak dinner afterwards, and the steak is phenomenal. Live music. Have you heard who's playing this year, Eric? I have not heard that yet. So, Dan, let me know who's playing this year, because I have one more show before the outing. So, always looking for sponsorship. Anybody looking to sponsor golf outing, get your name in front of hundreds of golfers, either by sponsoring a hole or sponsoring the beer cart. Getting your name, your logo, and stuff out there. Great way to do it. Reach out to Dan for that. Again, a great time. And I'm going to help Dan out here. For those of you committed who have not paid your registrations yet, get paid. We actually do have a waiting list. So we do have some people ready to jump on board. So getting down to crunch time, guys. Get it paid up. That is the Cave Radio Golf Outing, 1:30 shotgun start, May 9th at Links of Novi. So,
Novi.
Novi. There you go. That's another one. Novi.
That's what Siri says anyway.
The wives' tale that Novi was named because it was the number 6 station on the
Yep.
on the railroad.
Is that not true?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
It's not true.
That seems.
Though the restaurant took it. So the number 6 Chop House
Oh,
in Novi
yeah.
was.
I didn't know that was a
I mean, it might have
wives'
been the
tale.
6th stop on like a train. That can't rule that out.
So yep, Novi.
Novi.
They're in Novi, Michigan.
Novi-Wan Kenobi.
Excellent. All right. Thank you for letting me divulge on our golf outing that we've got coming up. Also want to mention our next 2 shows. May 3rd, we have Blues Dad coming in the studio, returning to us. There is a good chance that we get an answer to the Blues Off Challenge from Jason Mossberger, our last guest of 2025. So we'll find out if we're going to have a Blues Off or not. And May 3rd, 17th, we've got Doug Larson coming back into studio. Doug has just dropped 4 new songs. So we're looking forward to hearing what Doug's got for us now, almost a year later, from the last time that he was in. We are back here with Luvplanet, Nicole and Mark, Nicole Sutton, Mark McGee. We have their latest, their 2023 CD available. Oh, this is the last one, right?
Actually, that was released in
The live one
first
came out
day
in
of
2020.
summer in 2020. We were going to release that
this
in
was
March
one in
of
2020.
2020,
Okay.
and then COVID happened. And
Right.
then we
They
ended up.
released it anyway.
Yeah, well, we ended up doing the song "The Day They Closed the World" during the COVID thing, and then we had already started working on that record. We decided to release it the first day of summer. Our live record came out in 2023.
Awesome.
live waves.
And we also have Mark McGee
Portals.
album. So on CD, go to, there we go.
Great record.
I had to go a little backwards here. So check those records out. Check those CDs out. You can go to loveplanet.com, all one word, LUVplanet.net.
Yep, you got it.
Loveplanet.net. And markmcgee.com.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So markmcgee.com and loveplanet.net to get a taste of all of their music, and they've got all that stuff on their websites. And we are so happy we've got them here in studio, and and we've just had great discussion here. But I think it's time to hear you guys play something.
Music.
All right. Well, let's play something good.
Okay.
You got your volume up, right? Because we're actually plugged into
We
that.
are actually plugged
right.
in. And I think I turn it up even when I'm not plugged in.
Seems like you keep talking, but you never say a word. All your things you're saying sounding more and more absurd. Time is moving faster. It's all I can do to keep from falling down. I stand here suspended, somewhere caught beneath the sky and ground. But I believe in something good. I believe in something more than this. I believe in something good and something good. Something good. Days and years move past us, still you never shut your mouth. Long enough to listen, bend your ear to hear the sound. What you're looking for is right in front of you. Just turn around. Open your eyes. Let the music turn you upside down. I believe in something good. I believe in something more than this. I believe in something good, something good, something just like this. I believe in something good, something good, something good.
Wow, that was fantastic. You are listening to Acoustically Yours on www.crbradio.com. If you're watching, you're also watching on either YouTube or Facebook Live on the Cave Radio page. I also did just share it off the Acoustically Yours page and my personal page as well. So make sure I posted on my personal. I said, if you are not watching this, you need to now. That was just fantastic, guys.
Thank
Yes, we are here with Mark McGee and Nicole Sutton from Love Planet playing for us
Shouldn't
here
it
in
be
the
Love
studio.
Planets?
I'm going to Love Planet.
Kroger's, Myers, Love Planets.
No, it's not a store.
Oh, okay.
It's only stores.
Okay.
Well, no, if you spell it with a Z, you can get away with it.
All right. Let's try it.
Okay, Love Planet Z. But in all, you guys are a 4-piece.
We are.
Yes. Yes.
So you have bass and drums. That
We have been a 5-piece.
Didn't
We were
come
a
along
5-piece
tonight.
before we left California.
Okay.
We had a keyboard player, and we worked our way. We got a keyboard player probably the last 5 years,
Around 2018.
which was fantastic.
Yes,
You know,
Steven Anderson, great guy. For a long time, we had a bass player named Tommy Sisko, and we've had some other drummers early on. Stu and Jeff. We had Cedric Wilmot. We had Scott McKenzie. But Michael Amos, our drummer, he's been with us for about 11 years now, and he's on the last 3 records. And our newest member is a wonderful guy named Zach Plantis, beautiful human bass player. He's from, I think he was born in Kego Harbor.
okay.
But wonderful guy. We're lucky to have him. And so yeah, we're moving forward. We're recording our 8th album,
Oh my goodness.
and we will be adding a keyboard player once we find that special person. So anybody out there who's that person,
it took us about a
get in
year to
touch.
find Zach, and I can tell you the story. We got to the point where we were like, okay, if we see somebody that just looks cool, we're just going to ask them
we
if they
figured
play
it's
bass.
one more angle, right?
So we were sitting in a Mexican restaurant in Milford, and we were waiting for our table, and we're standing next to a barrel with our drinks on the barrel, and this couple walks by, and I'm about to say to Mark, ask him, and he looks at me at the same time, and he goes, I'm going to ask him. And so I was like, we're on the same page. Okay. So the guy walks by, and Mark grabs his shirt and says, excuse me, by any chance, are you a bass player? And he was like,
As a matter of fact,
well, as a
I
matter
am.
of fact, I am.
That's awesome.
That's
And
great.
it was amazing. And he came to an audition, I guess you would call it, at our
Yeah.
rehearsal
Yeah, we
spot.
got together, and it was just
And it was just the craziest thing that it worked out like that,
So I played with a guitarist years ago, before my hiatus in my younger days, that used to say, an ape can play bass. I am here to officially attest that is not true. I played bass, and if you ask me to do anything more than boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, no.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
it's so
boom, no.
important,
And slapping those strings.
I mean,
and
when I've been on stage when the guitar amp blows up and the guitar goes away, or the drummer's kick drum or snare drum head busts and that goes away. But when the bass goes away, it's just very brash. It's all treble, you know, like it's just the cake that the icing sits on, you know. So like the whole cushion of the sound goes away. But yeah, a bass player who is happy to play the songs like a bass player and not play them as a guitar player would is very important, you know. And there's lots of different types of wonderful bass players that we love. But you know, we've been doing this for a while, so obviously, when I get asked by a young person that has the dream and wants to start a band, they say, well, you know, what's the most important thing when putting a band together? I said, find people that you actually want to hang out with.
Yeah, because you're going to be spending a lot of time together.
That's the most
Yep.
important thing, is the hang factor. You got to have stuff in common. You know, you want to be in the same room with these people and feel like, yeah, these are my people, you know.
Yeah, because, I mean, in music, you know, you don't really want it to be like going to a job.
No.
No.
I mean, on one side, you kind of want it to be a job.
Right.
So, but not in the sense of, okay, lunchbox, go to work. But in the sense of, really, I can do this and still live?
Right.
Yeah, it's like total joy, but then there's like the responsibility, right?
Right.
You want to do it well. You want to, you know. There's always somebody more talented than you as a musician, you know. So it's important to like find people you connect with, pool your strengths. You know, no one has all the answers, and you know, let everybody, you know, add what they can add, and do your best to blend it and turn it into something.
Yeah, the ultimate collaboration.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, very important to find those types that you want to be with
yeah.
and can collaborate with.
So it's Nicole, Zach, and Michael, and myself.
Yeah.
And
It's
And
like
Michael unbelievably followed us out 6 months later.
That's awesome.
Moved out here, got a job, you know, he's just, it's just
very
great
fortunate.
to have people that are 100% all in.
And the keyboard player knew he should have made that left in Albuquerque.
Well,
If he, I mean, he, you know, yes.
You
It
know-
was a, you know, we moved out here to be closer to my family.
right.
Which was
Nope.
going to be one of my questions
Yeah.
for you guys
So
after
that
being in
was
California.
like, it
is
was a no-brainer.
Like nobody was fired, you know.
No.
Right.
It was like, you know, our band always said to us, hey, wherever the band goes, we'll go. And that's always been a nice thing to hear. But, you know, realistically, you know, it's a big ask. And in the end, when we did make the move to be near family, you know, it was like, you know, the timing has to be right for everybody. And, you know, they're all wonderful humans, and we were lucky to work with them, and we did great stuff together.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're our family. They're part of our family, you know. So it's good. It's a good thing.
So do you get a chance to go back, visit, and jam?
We do.
Awesome.
We do. Actually, we will be there at the end of the summer again, and we're not sure yet if we would like the whole band to come out to California, but it's the same thing. Like, if they want to come out and we can make it all happen, then great. But like you said, we do have people out there that we can jam with, you know.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, we are going to take a quick break.
Right.
And this is good. This one's a break. And we will be back with more with Luvplanet on www.crbradio.com.
Love an evening of laughter and meaning, where the stars lead us back home. To a campground on a country road, yeah. There were big chunks and small ones, and an RV named Large Marge. And I met a guy named Redbird, and a couple from Chicago. She laughed at all the right parts of my song, and we both smiled as a young boy danced along. So I set out to find Ruckus. You know, Ruckus Rickus. Come on, Ruckus. Where you at? I'm looking for a cat with overalls and a bandana. You know the one who plays that clarinet. I love I said I love And then there's Rosie. She real cozy. She got the kids in bed, sitting outside the tent with a childhood friend. Roll 'em up, Rosie. So I look up in the sky. I can see the Big Dipper. Then I hear someone cry. Nikki got her hair stuck in a zipper. Her tent's so small, she can barely get in. She got her hair up in a bun, and it got stuck again. I love an evening of laughter and meaning, where the stars lead us back home. To a campground on a country road, yeah. On Father's Day, I saw a man playing chess with his son. And I got to play in the beer tent with Adam Gottlieb. He was Seeger, and I was Brunsey. And after the show, I gave my CD to Cliff, the sound guy. And I said, hey man, here's something to remember me by. And Cliff said, trust me, we all gonna remember you. Is that good? Or should I be singing the blues? I love I said I love And I can't wait to get back to mine. But I hope next year about this time I'll be camping under the same old apple tree at the one place I long to be, the buttermilk jamboree. I love I said I love I love an evening of laughter and meaning, where the stars lead us back home to a campground on a country road, yeah.
There's
overtaken, and it's come to shut us down. We can either all pull together, or we might as well lay it down. I know you're lonely lately, and the economy is bottomed out. But don't be so selfish, 'cause it's lives we're talking about. Together we can rise above it all. We can decide to fight or fall. But let's not go back to the way we used to run. Oh, take a deep breath, we can still fix what we've done. Through the hardships that we're facing, there's always some good to be found. This bad weather can't last forever, and know the sun will soon come out. The world is slowly awaking, like an Indian burial ground. Lend a hand to the helpless, and we'll find another round. Together we can rise above it all. We can decide to fight or fall. But let's not go back to the way we used to run. Oh, take a deep breath, we can still fix what we've done. Oh, life will never be the same, baby. Oh, we must embrace this change. Yeah. Oh, we gotta have a little faith, and maybe, oh, I think we'll be okay. There's a darkness overtaken, it's come to shut us down. We can either all pull together, or we might as well lay down. I know you're lonely lately, and the economy is bottomed down. But don't be so selfish, 'cause it's lives we're talking about. Together we can rise above it all. We can decide to fight or fall. But let's not go back to the way we used to run. Oh, take a deep breath, we can still fix what we've done. What we've done. What we've done.
The looks we get these days are shifty. The world just thinks we lost our minds, living life out of a suitcase, chasing things the world won't find. Life is hard, but it's rewarding. Front row ticket to the show. And I don't know what heaven holds there. But honey, I can't wait to go. So I'm just gonna keep on singing these songs, keep on praying. praying till the night becomes dawn. Keep on grinding till I done gone home. Keep on riding till there ain't no road. 'Cause we'll never know on this side of heaven. We'll never know on this side of heaven. On this side of heaven, no. Ships behind its cinders, so we won't need them where we'll go. We'll pray for hearts as bold as others until I walk that street of gold. Well, I'm just gonna keep on singing these songs, keep on praying till the night becomes dawn. Keep on grinding till I done gone home. Keep on riding till there ain't no road. Gonna keep on fighting a good fight. Keep on learning till the wrongs come right. Keep on walking by faith and not sight. Keep on stoking till I'm burning it bright. 'Cause we'll never know on this side of heaven. No, we'll never know on this side of heaven. No, we'll never know on this side of heaven. No, we'll never know on this side of heaven. Singing these songs, keep on praying till the night becomes dawn. Keep on grinding till I done gone home. Keep on riding till there ain't no road. And I'm just gonna keep on fighting a good fight. Keep on learning till my wrongs become right. Keep on walking by faith and not sight. Keep on stoking till I'm burning it bright. 'Cause we'll never know this side of heaven. We'll never know this side of heaven. We'll never know. I said we'll never know. 'Cause we'll never know this side of heaven. We'll never know. We'll never know. No. On this side of heaven. I said we'll never know. I said we'll never know. This side of heaven, we'll never know on this side of heaven. I said we'll never know. I said we'll never know this side of heaven.
It's the state you know you're from, not the state you might be in, that your compass ought to point to when you need second wind. As for me, I just keep driving north on I-75 until I find myself in Michigan again. Again and 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 again, I find myself in Michigan again. Oh, again and 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 again, I find myself in Michigan again. We need roots that hold us up, more than roots like 66 that go deep down and support instead of far and wide for kicks. And since mine begin up north, although I sally back and forth, I find myself in Michigan again. Again and 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 again, I find myself in Michigan again. Oh, again and 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 again, I find myself in Michigan again. Well, the grass is always greener and the scenery serener. you know you're from, not the state you might be in. That your compass ought to point to when you need a second wind. As for me, I just keep driving north on I-75 until I find myself in Michigan again. Again and again, and again and again, I find myself in Michigan again. Oh, again and 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 again, find myself in Michigan and then thank the Lord I've still got time to spend.
And welcome back. Thank you for sticking around through our little break while I cleared out a fur ball.
Oh, I didn't plug in.
You are listening to Acoustically Yours on www.crbradio.com, Cave Radio. Cave Radio Facebook page, the Acoustically Yours Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, Skip Dietz, as well as YouTube. We are watching our show where my mics just died. Oh, there they are. Surprise. All right. Shout out to the sound extraordinaire, Eric Pelto, keeping us online tonight. So, yep, we're here with Luvplanet's.
Luvplanet's.
Yeah. Love. I figured out a way to put this in here. Luvplanet's, Nicole Sutton and Mark McGee.
Camera's not working.
Live in studio.
He's got it.
But, hey, look at us. Hi, everybody. So, interesting talk during the break about Mark and Nicole, how they came here, and fitting a family, and how much they miss back home in California, the things that you miss, but the things that they're happy to see for Nicole back home.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, more like the things we love back home.
Right,
It'll
right.
always be our home as well.
Excellent. So now we're going to delve a little bit into each of you individually as to kind of where did and when did music first grab you, and how do you started individually, kind of BL before Luvplanet.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to start first.
Do you want me to go first?
Whatever you want.
You have a longer story, I think.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it short.
Music has always been a part of my life. I started, in Michigan and Detroit when I was growing up. We still had music in schools. So from the time I was in first grade, I was taking violin. And when I was leaving Detroit and after elementary school, went to Dearborn Heights.
What school was that?
Carver Elementary School in Detroit. And they didn't have violin at the new school I was going to be going to, the middle school. And I remember my music teacher just told my mom, just keep her in music. Doesn't have to be the violin. Just make sure that she continues to do music. So I jumped around instruments after that, drums and clarinet and all that stuff. But it wasn't until high school that I got my first guitar, and when I was in Southern California. And I really didn't know what else to do with it besides, once I learned a few chords, I just started writing songs, and I thought that's what everybody did. And I had a teacher at the local music store at the time, and he was like, do you have any more songs? And he did a little thing at the store where we got up and we sang a couple of my songs. And then I got into high school, and I kind of put it down for a while, and it wasn't till I was in college. I was going to community college up in Lake Tahoe, and I remember seeing somebody else playing their guitar, and I just was like, I felt like I wanted that. I wanted that guitar. Like, I had to have that guitar. And all of a sudden, it was like, I needed to have a guitar. I got a guitar, and I continued to write. I was really afraid to sing because I didn't really do that before. A lot of people are so lucky they get to learn to sing in church from the time they're little kids, and they're more comfortable with it. So I was like, even if I did it by myself, I was so afraid to sing in front of people for the longest time. And luckily I had some great musician friends that were like, girl, you need to just let go and you need to sing. And so once I was writing the songs and I wasn't afraid to sing, I was playing, 4 or 5 nights a week up in Lake Tahoe at all the local places, kind of cutting my teeth there. And then my friend opened the studio down in the Bay Area, and eventually he called me and said, things are really happening down here. You really need to come down and check it out. And I would commute every weekend in my giant Ford van down to the Bay Area, and that's where Mark was rehearsing with Greg Allman.
Yeah, it was called SRS Studios, and her friend Daniel had a recording room in there, but then there was a big rehearsal room and a few small rooms. And
at the time, everybody was there, and I didn't realize till later that he was just giving people the killer deals.
so like Todd Rundgren, Bonnie Raitt, Van Morrison,
Train,
Satriani,
everybody.
all the Bay
Everybody
Area
was
biggies
there.
were rehearsing in this spot.
So it was kind of like a smoke and mirrors thing, and he kept it going as long as he could, and a lot of people were and that, anyway, that's where I met Mark, and that's where we
Metallica owns that building now. It's their
yeah.
spot.
No kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's always kind of been a part of my life, and it's always been, I grew up as a kid listening to, who was big when I was a kid? Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, just all the great songs, And so basically it's just been
And your Motown, and then your high school Iron Maiden fix that you had.
well, he didn't ask about what different musics, how did my timeline of music I got into. That's a whole nother story. But as far as playing, ever since I was, and luckily we had music in first grade,
Yep.
It was, and we all know now that you learn better if music helps you. Music is math also. So hopefully that will be, I know they've taken it out of a lot of the schools, but.
Yep, I remember my first song was in kindergarten.
I
It was
love
my first solo. Birdie, birdie, where is your nest? Birdie,
Did you write it?
birdie. No.
Oh.
Where is your I couldn't write. It was kindergarten.
Yeah.
I couldn't write
but
yet.
you remember it. And
But
I
I
love that.
remember it
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Recently, I found my stepmom had been keeping things from my, mementos from my childhood that I don't even really remember. And like I told you, she passed a couple of years ago, and my dad gave me a folder to kind of show me all the stuff that she had kept. And I did find poems that I won contests for when I was in elementary school. And I was like, okay, so this was a thing. This has been like a thing for a long time,
Wow.
Yeah.
So coolest thing.
Yeah.
I was going through some stuff. I had a plumbing mishap at home.
Oh, no.
So I was going through, I had to have, the drain snaked
Yep.
and the little camera and all that stuff. So I had moved things to higher ground and before it got bad. And as I was going through things, I found a book, like a steno pad almost, a little notebook of songs that are of poems that my mother had written
Oh, wow.
in the late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And I put like 3 of those songs to music, or 3 of those
Oh,
poems to
that's so
music,
great.
and
That's
and
awesome.
made 2 songs out of them.
That's really cool.
So that's kind of cool when you can go back and you can look at poetry and
That's what it is.
I wish she would have been alive for me to do that, but
She knows.
yeah, that was kind of one of the coolest
That's so cool.
things to me that I've done. But how about you, Mark? Where did it all begin?
Well, I have 2 older brothers, and my oldest brother, he had a guitar in the house, and you know, our home life was tough, and but I was into basketball. It was all about basketball. I was on the basketball team in grade school, and I remember like enjoying being on a team, having a uniform, having a locker room, and then going out into the, you know, it was almost like the same thing as a dressing room and a stage. But you know, I was seeing shows like Soul Train, American Bandstand, The Partridge Family, the Lawrence Welk Show. My dad had these shows on, so I got exposed to, you know, that kind of thing. My mom always had the AM radio on in the kitchen, so I was hearing, you know, Love Will Keep Us Together and like all the, you know, Seals and Crofts and all the early 70s acoustic singer-songwriter pop hits. And it always appealed to me. Got my first record. It was Elton John's Greatest Hits, and but I think it was the guitar like crept in, and then it was guitar and basketball, and then guitar kind of took over basketball, and then somebody, my buddies and my brothers sat me down one day, and it was like, you know, the classic late 70s garage with the blacklight posters and the lava lamps, and they made me listen to full albums. It was the day of it. It was like Dark Side of the Moon, Montreux's first record, Journey, I think it was Look Into the Future, their second album, but Jethro Tull. So it was like all this different rock and roll, and I was like, wow, that's not, you know, Partridge Family, you know. It was a whole nother thing, and I was like really getting the bug. And then one of those guys, like the next day, showed me the cover of Kiss Alive, and I saw those silver boots and the smoke, and I was done. You know, that was it, you know. And I had to be in a band. I didn't know how that was going to happen, but that's how it started. And then started playing in my first band when I was about 15, doing shows in the Bay Area clubs. We were original band. We were opening for Y&T and Quiet Riot and Rat and Metallica, and, you know, playing with shows with all these bands. And we were young kids, you know, but we were doing original songs, and we couldn't go and hang in the club because we were underage.
Right.
So it kind of made people think we were somebody important, but really we were just a bunch of little local kids.
Well, all these other bands were getting their start, basically.
Yeah, and it just, you know, it's spawned from there. That was a good ride. A couple, 4 bands after that. Ended up playing with this band from Illinois, Starcastle, this prog rock band from the 70s. They reformed, and some of them moved to the West Coast, and so I was with them for a couple years. I met Scott, the drummer. He ended up being a part of Luvplanet later. And then I was with a metal band called Vicious Rumors, and things really took off for us, and we got signed to Atlantic Records and had videos on MTV Headbangers Ball, and traveled the world and all that, and, you know, so there's a big metal fan base out there. But I was always into, you know, a variety of stuff. And as a musician, in the metal scene, there's certain scope you have to work within. So I left to do my own thing. Then I was randomly offered an audition with Greg Allman. And I thought, well, this would be a cool experience, you know. But I didn't really think I was going to get the gig because I just came from a different school. But I got the gig, so played with him for about 10 years.
Wow.
And when I was playing with him, he was living in Marin County at the time. And then he started, before we go on the road, we would go do rehearsals at this studio that Nicole's friend ran. So we would be there for 2 or 3 days rehearsing and then go on the road. And that's when I met Daniel, the one who ran the studio, and he brought me in for a session. And so the Greg thing led to me meeting Nicole, really.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah, so I was still with Greg while we started Luvplanet, and then that kind of ended, and Luvplanet continued. So here we are.
That is, wow.
It's been crazy, but Luvplanet for me is like, you know, it's just genuine. It's you know, it's like the music I grew up on, which means a lot to me. You know, it's rock and roll. It can have a metal moment, it can have a pop moment, it can have a little blues or country moment. I love that. I like the variety, you know.
Yeah, and then like I said earlier in the show, that's something that I really noticed going through your music that's posted on the streaming sites was the variety of the music that you played.
Yeah, you listen to some of those classic bands like Zepp or Queen or even the Stones, and you'll hear a rock song, a country song, a blues song. I mean, that's what it used to be. That's what being a rock and roll band always was.
Right.
But nowadays with the marketeers and the funneling into this or that,
What are you? What do we call
It's much
you?
more of a
Music man.
What are you?
specific thing going on. But there are a lot of great artists, underground artists out there doing stuff. I mean, I discover artists all the time that are they got millions of views on a YouTube song. They're not on a major label. They're touring. They have a fan base, and most people don't even know their name.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to just do what you love.
Causing trouble over here.
You got to please yourself.
You are listening to www.crbradio.com. We're also viewing live on Facebook and YouTube. We are here with Luvplanet's Nicole Sutton and Mark McGee. You can get their music. Go to markmcgee.com, loveplanet.net. They have their... Oop, I got to go opposite way. There we go. Get you all in the screen there. So you can see...
There's a hidden bonus track at the end of disc 2.
Hidden bonus track.
Tell us the secret.
So yeah, and make sure you also you follow them on all the media platforms. So the Insta and the Facebook and the X and
some of them.
Some of them. All right, so make sure check them out, man. I've got them posted on my page. I've got them tagged. So just click that little Love Planet in blue and head over to them and check out all the stuff they've got. And we are, oh my goodness, we are actually going to put off What If It Were a Ballad to next time.
Wow.
Because we want to hear more
We're at that
from
time.
Nicole and Mark because we are getting close. Just before they start playing, just a couple of announcements. We immediately following our show in Studio One, we will have the IMC Amped, the Irish Music Cafe Amped with Patrick Johnson. A little different from their Monday show. It is not your mother's playlist. So make sure you check out Patrick in Studio One immediately following our show at 8 o'clock. And in studio on, you can hear on Studio 2, but they will be in studio on Facebook and YouTube as well at 8:30, the Showgirls. So check those out after our show tonight. Reminder, next show will be May 3rd. We will have Blues Dad back in studio with us again.
Our next show is May 3rd also.
Awesome. So what are you guys got coming up next?
Well, we're at the River's Edge Brewery in Milford for a happy hour acoustic thing on Sunday, May 3rd from 4 to 7 p.m. And then it's a double River's Edge thing. June 19th, outside on Friday night on the outside stage from 8 to 10 p.m., full band. We're going to be up in Hillman for July 4th with the full band.
The band shell.
And the band shell up there. And, there's other things on the calendar coming up, so... Just check out loveplanet.net.
Plus working out on the album and
working on the record
and all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
All right. So once again, you've been listening to Acoustically Yours. We'd like to have you guys play another one of us to kind of take us out.
Sounds great. This is a song called Give.
Okay, we doing it?
1, 2, 3,
4.
perfect.